Welcome out to this afternoon's match between the Lady Eagles of Pensacola Christian College and the Mississippi Women Owls. Pensacola Christian comes into the game having won their last 3 matches this week and look to keep up the momentum against an opponent they've seen in previous years, but it's their first matchup this year. And we're looking forward to a doubleheader today. I'm joined this afternoon by Carrie Ordway, former Lady Eagles volleyball player as well. Carrie, what are you looking for as we get this first match underway this afternoon?
Just as we're thinking about the season, they're kind of late in the season. They've been working on the same things all season, so just working to see all of those things coming together as a team.
And I'm Garrett Ordway, going to be calling the play-by-play for you this afternoon. We are looking forward to seeing this Lady Eagles team really try to build some momentum as we head into the end of the season. Regionals coming up on November 4th at Toccoa Falls. We will see them play some regional opponents in the upcoming weeks, but for today we will see their progress over the course of the season here against the Mississippi Owls. We'll be back with you in just a few minutes. All right, welcome out this morning. If you're just tuning in with us, we've got just seconds now before game time. We will bring you back here with the national anthem, or we will come back to you again just after the national anthem here as the teams are heading out to get lined up right now. I'm Garrett Ordway. I'm joined this morning by Carrie Ordway, former Lady Eagles volleyball player, and we're looking forward to a couple of great matches today between the Lady Eagles of Pensacola Christian College and the Women Owls of Mississippi College.
Welcome to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Today's game is between the PCC Lady Eagles and Mississippi University. The National College Christian Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. Please stand for prayer. God, these players meet here today to compete. We ask that you keep the players safe and free from injuries, Lord, and may everything done here today bring honor and glory to you. In your name we pray, amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Today's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting today for Mississippi University, number 3, Sarah White. Number 7, Hannah Duran. Number 9, Maggie Briggs. Number 13, Madison Suggs. Number 17, Jasmine Kelly. And number 23, Michaela Hudgens. Mississippi is led by Coach Hallie Hensley. And now, your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. Starting today, number 1, a sophomore from Davison, Michigan, Hannah Duro. Number 4, a sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada, Jade Halverson. Number 7, a junior from Port Lucie, Florida, Brittany Hunter. Number 8, a sophomore from St. Anne, Illinois, Allie McGirt. Number 12, a sophomore from Durham, North Carolina, Victoria Hamilton. Number 18, a senior from Simi Valley, California, Brooke McLeod. And number 19, sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona, Kenzie Folker. The Lady Eagles are led by Coach Kalen Oman. Officiating today's game are Ray Rora and Dan Howard.
welcome out this morning one more time for the Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. Tori Hamilton getting the first serve over. I'm Garrett Ordway, and we see Mississippi University scoring the first point. Joining me today, Carrie Ordway, former Lady Eagles volleyball player. Carrie, I was asking you before the match, Lady Eagles normally not overpowering, so what do they need to do today in order to bring home the victory in this first match?
You know, anytime you're dealing with that, you just want to be able to make sure that you are, one, eliminating all unforced errors. You never want to lose points because of those, obviously. But then just playing smarter. So placing your hits, doing some off-speed hits, you know, sending them to more unexpected places, switching up the play calls on the setter's side as well. All of those are good ways to just play smarter to make up for maybe just a lack of raw power.
Sure, we saw Allie McGirt there with the hit into the net. And Sydney Horrell back for Mississippi University. Hunter with the swing, blocked, and then off the block and out, point for the Lady Eagles. Doro returning for McLeod, the libero. Jade Halverson over and in on the service. Jasmine Kelly with a big swing for Mississippi University, and Halverson with the back row attack just outside.
You know, even that one didn't make it in. I'm really glad anytime I see those back row attacks from hitters like Jade, who are in back row for a rotation. I think that's a really good option for the Eagles.
It just gives, again, the opposing team a different look than they might have seen earlier. Swing goes wide there, point for Mississippi University. Jumping out to an early 4-1 lead here. Jasmine Kelly now back to serve. Many freshmen and sophomores as I look over the roster here for Mississippi University. Of course, the Lady Eagles also with that inexperience, just Brooke McLeod as the only senior on this team. I remember watching last year, and Ginger Cannon was the only senior last year, I believe. And so Lady Eagles very young again this year, looking to really just build some experience for this roster. Butcher in as the setter, and she puts it over on 2. Hunter off the block, dug out by Mississippi. Good volley. Nice high pass by McLeod. And Doro attempted to just kind of dump it over unsuccessfully. Cameron Johnson entering the game for Mississippi University. Sarah White coming out. And Johnson is back to serve. And Bethany Gamble, not on her typical weak side swing there.
Yeah, we're used to seeing her coming from the right side, you know, being left-handed. She's especially well suited for that position, but getting that kill out of the strong side over there. Good hit.
Very first play there off of the service, and so maybe not time to get into their typical positions. Good swing from Mississippi there. Number 9, Maggie Griggs with the kill. And now she goes back to serve. Number 19, Harley Kelly coming into the game now for Mississippi. One of the few seniors on the roster. Sue Lee with the dig. Tori Hamilton. And a missed pass there from Mississippi. And it leads to a point for the Lady Eagles. Halverson returning to the game now in the front as McLeod enters in the libero position for Doro. Great serve, just dug up by Mississippi, and a touch over, and the block just missing it there. Tough play for McLeod coming all the way from the serve position to get in for that dig.
There was a lot of ground to cover.
Madison Suggs, libero for Mississippi, back now to serve. She does so successfully, and a great block there. Double block for the Lady Eagles. Good pass by McLeod. Great pass by McLeod to set that up. The play for the Eagles really has to start with a good defensive pass.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Eagles defensively this year have been really strong. They've been doing a great job all the way around, not only the libero and the defensive specialists who are playing back row, but any of the players who are back there. It's been a team effort in improving their defensive efforts this season.
Pretty good swing there by Hannah Duran from Mississippi. Free ball over now. See what the Eagles can turn this into. A little bit of an awkward set there from Kenzie Folker leads to an inability to get it over. Now, thinking about defense, is it positioning? Is it effort? Is it something else, a combination maybe?
Probably all, all of the above. And then there's just a lot of these girls who have been playing for so long. They are so familiar with the way the ball moves coming off of certain hits that, you know, a lot of times they're probably not even thinking about how they're moving anymore. It's just muscle memory at that point, and that's what leads to those really good defensive plays that we're seeing in the back row.
Just that experience. You've had a lot of the team chemistry, having the same girls on the team for a while now. You see Allie McGirt there winning the point for the Lady Eagles. Jade Halverson on the, is that a swing hit where they run a little bit? Halverson with a good, and then back across her body swing.
Yeah, and defensively, those are always hard to anticipate because they cut a little bit more awkwardly, a little bit farther than what you're typically used to seeing.
Sure, and we had mentioned Mississippi jumped out to the early 4-1 lead, but Lady Eagles have clawed their way back in here early, just 8-7 now. And a deep set on the pushover by Kenzie Folker leads to now a tie game, 8-8.
And as a setter, I think that's something that Kenzie always has her eye on, looking for those corners when the defense kind of creeps up and she sees a spot that she can place that ball deep.
Right, definitely. We mentioned, you know, Eagles probably not going to win the game with power, and so you need some of those little back corner attempts to fall in. Mississippi with a strong recovery there. We've got a couple more entering the game. Maggie Griggs, as well as I think Sydney Harrell just came back in the game to serve. Dipping serve there. Kenzie Folker unable to get that tight pass from McLeod in a position for a hitter, and the point goes back to Mississippi. Blocked, and a net violation on Brittany Hunter on her attack there. Have to avoid the miscues. Certainly don't want to be giving free points away throughout the match. Folker able to get it up in the air for Hunter. Normally a hitter in the back row right now after having served, and so able to get that one over. And Mississippi swings wide.
You know, this is one thing that we have seen out of Hamilton this season, especially in recent weeks, that she is playing all the way around. And once again, I just think she brings a special depth to the back row because she is a strong defensive player, but of course she's bringing her hitting abilities to the back row as well.
And a good little touch there from Doro, a little off speed, right in the middle, going off the block of Mississippi. Halverson back to serve again. Nice low little top spin on that, diving down for the ace. Of course, serving, I think, is one of the ways we could definitely see the Lady Eagles improve, getting competitive serves over and certainly in, not giving up those free points, being gifted a point there with the double on Mississippi. Halverson with the kind of off-speed attempt there, and not giving the block on that touch at the net from the Lady Eagles, calling it 4. Folker might have been up at the net as well, just kind of watching the refs' motions there.
I'm not sure that I saw what the refs saw, but watching the refs, they were working through it, and I'm confident that they made a good call because I think they saw it, whatever they did see.
Coming in for the Eagles, number 3, Bethany Gamble.
Yes, there was it was an odd play.
Yeah, some odd touches.
University scoring there. Lady Eagles, though, quickly winning it back, now leading the match 13-12. Haley Butcher, one of the setters, back to serve now. Oh, a quick dump from the Mississippi setter. Eagles unable to cover that one up. Cameron Johnson back now to serve for Mississippi, in for Sarah White. Gamble with the serve receive. Hunter with a good swing. Again, kind of
not her normal hitting position.
Okay, well, we'll take, Lady Eagles will certainly take those points where they can get them. And Hunter now subbing out for Sue Lee, entering to serve.
You know, as a freshman, Sue has really brought a lot to the Eagles' defense. She's been a solid player throughout this season, has really jumped right in, especially considering that Brooke McLeod, as the libero, is a senior, so it's nice to not only have Sue, but the other defensive players coming up, be able to work together and learn from Brooke as she's on her final season with the Eagles.
Harley Kelly now into the game for Sydney Horrell on Mississippi University. McLeod with the high pass to Butcher. Little maybe miss-hit there by Doro, but it's in. Deep push, and Sue Lee unable to get enough on it for a helping player to be there in time. Sue Lee at just 5'2", stretched as far as she could and just couldn't quite get much on that defensive play. Butcher unable to go up there at the net as the back row setter, and Coach Oman would like to talk to the girls. Timeout, Lady Eagles. We'll be back with you in just a minute. (16-15) Mississippi leading Pensacola Christian College. Back to serve Maggie Griggs for Mississippi University. Over McLeod with a wild pass. Butcher unable to get it back to play for the Lady Eagles.
She was close, though.
Great hustle.
She got all the way over there, just wasn't quite able to get it back into the court for play.
An unfortunate misplay there. Certainly you'd like to have good serve receive, and on an easier one there, an excellent serve by Griggs, unable to be returned by the Lady Eagles. Doro now dropping back to help with serve receive. Sue Lee with the pass. Butcher up. Maybe some miscommunication there on Doro or Gamble going for that ball, and hit into the net.
Garrett, this is really when you see the mental aspect of volleyball coming. She's gotten, is this the 4th serve in a row here?
And a good swing. Tori Hamilton from the strong side, able to find a home for that point. Evelyn Pruitt coming in for the Lady Eagles. I'm sorry, for Mississippi University as McLeod goes back to serve. Off the block. Defense unfortunately unable to get that one as Mississippi takes a 20-16 lead. Libero Madison Suggs back for Mississippi serving. And down the line, good swing by Mississippi. And Coach Oman using her second timeout of the set. An unfortunate few points coming out of the set, or out of the first timeout. We'll be back with you again in just a minute. All right, so what did Coach Oman tell the players there in the second timeout different from the first timeout?
Well, we can definitely speculate, but whatever it is, it worked because Eagles coming strong off of that timeout. When we think about the series of mistakes that had led up to that, I think 5-point streak there from Mississippi, a lot of those in volleyball, when you have those streaks, it's never just one player that's making a mistake. It's when you have that combination of each player making one mistake and you spread those across the team, that will change the trajectory of the game quite a bit.
Yeah. One bad pass, lose a point. One bad set, lose a point. One bad hit, lose a point. It's not just one player making all the mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. And then on defense, by the end there, they had 4 people pulled back on defense, and you have one defense player apiece make a mistake, and that's 4 points as well.
Hamilton does what you should with an overpass, scores the point for the Lady Eagles. Whatever she said in that timeout.
Yeah, yep.
Right, was effective. 21-19, Lady Eagles cutting into the lead of Mississippi. Just long, no touch signaled by either official. And now just a 1-point game as Kenzie Folker, the setter, back to serve.
And with Folker being back to serve, she's doing exactly what you want to do in a situation like this. Kenzie has been a reliable server throughout the season and throughout her time playing for the Eagles. And she just brings a calmness to the serving position, but also as a setter, she's used to making those decisions and performing under pressure. I mean, all the players are, but she definitely did what she needed to in that position.
Mississippi scoring a point there off the block on the last point, and again off the block there. Taking a 23-20 lead here in the first set. Folker almost sliding a dump second over right there. Suli now on serve receive. Unable to get a swing on that first play. Hamilton has to take a little bit of a different swing because of her height, but able to effectively get that one down the line. And now back to serve, Hamilton. Over and in. Not a great pass. Mississippi scrambling. Setter's out. Hunter off the block and down. 22-23, Eagles making a late push. Hamilton, good angle on that serve, and digs it. Hunter. Outside for Sarah White. Feels like she's really had some good swings for Mississippi so far this morning and brings them within 1 point of this first set.
That was some good effort on part of the Eagles, especially setter Kinsey Folker. Going after that one, I was a little nervous. It looked like she was diving toward the bleachers.
Halverson not able to get a great swing on that one. Folker might have telegraphed that set just a little bit as she pushed it over, and unfortunately not able to win the point there, the Lady Eagles. And so we will move to the second set, Mississippi University taking this first one. We will be back with you in just a few minutes for the second set of Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles versus the Mississippi University Owls. Thank you so much. All right, both teams ready to go here with a minute left on the clock, so we'll bring you back in. Some stats from the first game. Hannah Duran leading the attack for Mississippi University, 5 kills on 7 attempts. For the Lady Eagles, Tori Hamilton, 5 kills on 10 attempts to lead the Lady Eagles. Hunter, 4 kills on 8 attempts as well. They'll look to continue some of that offensive prowess here in the second set. McLeod now entering as the libero as Mississippi University moves back to serve first. Close game close set in that first one. What do the Eagles need to do differently, improve, build upon here in the second set?
Yeah, one thing that I noticed is that it seemed as if the Eagles were reacting to a lot of the circumstances of the set. So whenever Mississippi was able to initiate kind of a faster pace, the Eagles were simply reacting to that. I would like to see, especially in the area of pace, the Eagles dictating that a little bit more, slowing it down when the play needs to be slowed down, and then speeding it up when it would be advantageous to do so. So that's one thing that I would like to see them do this set.
Mississippi serving it out on that first point now. Jade Halverson back to serve for the Lady Eagles. Has had a good serve so far this morning. Another one in there and just over top of the block. Jasmine Kelly putting it between the front and back rows. Sydney Harrell in to serve for Mississippi University. McLeod taking control on the defensive side with the first pass there. McGirt off the block and out. Point for the Lady Eagles.
Coming in for the Eagles, number 13, Haley Butcher.
Sometimes on those swings, you might even think about getting it off the side of a block to go out of bounds.
Yep, using the block to your advantage there.
Right, the blockers don't have much control over where it goes off of their hands. And so if you're able to take advantage of that, as McGirt did there, can be advantageous. Scrambling on both sides here. And point for Mississippi, just caught the line.
Point for the Eagles.
Oh, was it out?
Yep, it was out.
Okay. I saw my line judge here, and on the far side was where the call would have come from. Point for the Lady Eagles. That one was in. Getting the call there from the far line judge. Jasmine Kelly able to get over these blocks this morning so far. Hunter again on opposite where she normally hits. Now you can see them rotate through. Blocked by Doro, I believe. Point for the Lady Eagles. Yeah, we see that maybe on that first
first offense.
First offense. Doro and Hunter, or I'm sorry, Gamble and Hunter are opposite of where they normally would be. We've seen that effective a couple of times so far.
Yeah.
And that's where you want to score a lot of points, is on that first offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, by doing that, you're dictating the game and the play rather than reacting to whatever the other team gives back to you.
Right, a swing hit there from Doro ended up just being a little push, but down for a point as the Lady Eagles jump out to a 5-2 advantage. Sue Lee back to serve. Made some nice defensive plays so far this morning. Gamble.
And I love that play
went
too.
On two?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I believe Butcher had gotten the pass to put that up there. And once again, you asked at the beginning of the match about, what are some things you can do, and that's one of those. Switching it up, taking the hit on the second attempt is a great way to do that.
Went far corner there, did Mississippi. And just in, it almost looked like Gamble was setting up to attempt to set, and then at the last minute just pivoted those shoulders
and I think
into that
we
swing.
actually saw some communication there from Butcher, the setter. Even though she did receive that pass and put it up, she was aware enough to be able to tell Gamble to go, go, go. No, hit it over. And because of that communication, Gamble did send that over.
Butcher just able to save that ball above the net, and Lady Eagles still in it here.
Once again, we'll see that.
And unfortunately blocked there by Maggie Griggs. Lady Eagles unable to score that. Butcher having to receive the ball a couple of times there. Is that a strategy by Mississippi?
It could be. I don't know.
If you're taking the setter out,
Yeah.
gets the Lady Eagles out of their rhythm. And not a great pass there by Sue Lee. She'll look to bounce back here on the next serve receive. Cameron Johnson back to serve for Mississippi. Limiting the errors, definitely something the Eagles are looking to do. Maggie Griggs with the swing, Tori Hamilton. Now Lady Eagles with the swing. A push there by Hannah Duran for Mississippi. Gamble lefty, just long. Set was maybe a little inside of where she was anticipating it, and got her just off of making a good swing. Gamble out of the middle and signaling a net violation.
Yeah, so that hit had gone out of bounds, but before the play had ended, there was a net violation on the side of Mississippi.
Unforced error there to score for the Lady Eagles. McLeod, the libero, now back to serve. Now this is McLeod's third year.
This is her fourth year.
As a
libero.
libero.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I believe it's her second.
Okay. Taking over that definitely leadership role on the back line, now maturing into that position in her senior year. She has to be the one to make a lot of the calls there on the back row.
Yeah, and a large part of the libero's role is just to communicate with other players to know what they should be getting, because a lot of times you do have situations where more than one player could feasibly get the ball, and that's where communication obviously becomes so much more important. But even as a libero, it's nice to know, to have the confidence that in those situations your libero is going to take those, when given the opportunity.
Gamble ended up setting there as Butcher took the first hit. In the middle for Halverson with a touch over and down.
Yeah, and what a beautifully placed and timed tip from Halverson out of the middle. She saw that she didn't have the best angle for that hit and instead adjusted midair to be able to go from a swing to a tip and placed it beautifully right behind the block.
Excellent work by Halverson. She really seems to get energized by these home crowds.
Yeah. And we've mentioned it before in the games that we've had a few weeks ago, but she really does bring a level of aggressive play to the Eagles that's been really helpful throughout the season.
A mentality that the other players are able to latch on to.
Yeah.
Mississippi serve just beyond the back line, and the Lady Eagles will send Kenzie Folker into serve. Leading this set 11-7 after losing the first set by a narrow 3 points, 25-22. Folker over and in. The set from Mississippi. Off the net, on the dig. Unable to make any more of that. Madison Suggs, libero for Mississippi, now back to serve.
Those are some of the most frustrating points to get scored on because, a really strong hit and a good hit, you can kind of, those happen sometimes and you can recognize that it's out of your ability, but those just tips, that you're capable of getting there. And once again, a lot of the time it just comes down to a communication issue because you have 5 players who are standing there who all could have gotten that ball, except who's going to go? I think that's the question that they're faced with.
Net violation called there before the up official could make the call. Folker went up at the net there. I'm not sure if that's what the up official was going to call, and a bit of a discussion now before Hamilton is able to serve. A little bit of an excuse me hit there by Mississippi, but it falls in. 12-10 lead now for the Lady Eagles. Tori Hamilton from the back row with an effective attack. Just pushed over. We'll see if the Lady Eagles can make something of this. Folker to the back corner. Mississippi able to cover it up, but unable to get the swing over and in. Harley Kelly putting it into the net there. Halverson will go back to serve. Little run there by Mississippi due to a few overpasses by the Lady Eagles, but still leading in this one now 14-10. As that one doesn't get over the net. And some miscommunication there without the libero McLeod in the game. Sydney Harrell back to serve for Mississippi. A dipping serve. Folker gets it up. McGirt able to just get that one over in time. McLeod with the pass. Folker outside to Hunter. Swing. And ruled it a touch there. before it went out, and so a point for the Lady Eagles. Coach Oman asking for a lineup check. And we're getting them sorted out on the court. Butcher back to serve. Outside swing successfully defended by the Lady Eagles. Off the block, Mississippi scrambling, able to keep it up.
A great play by the Eagles.
Off the block, up again. Here's the Eagles really dictating the pace of the game, as you mentioned before.
And using a variety of plays to do so.
A bit off the net there for Hunter, but she gets it over off the block. The libero getting it over for Mississippi. Dora with a little push. Easily passed by McLeod, and Gamble just missed hitting the swing there. Excellent rally by both teams. You liked the Eagles dictating the pace.
Yeah.
You'd love for them to get that point.
And one thing about that we saw, you know, with a strong defense like the Eagles showed throughout that play, is that they were able to use their offensive weapons to their greatest potential, you know, and that is why they had success for the majority of that play, unfortunately, not at the end. And if you notice,
you saw a lot of good swings on that play.
Yeah, a lot of good swings on that play. And those good swings really limited the Owls' ability to actually execute their own offense.
Right.
And, of course, that's what you want.
Ooh, good serve there by Sue Lee. And it's still in. Oh, good angle by Mississippi. But here comes Doro scoring for the Lady Eagles.
That was a great hit coming off of that right side for Doro. And over these last 2 points, we've seen a lot of aggressive play calls from the Eagles, and I really like that, keeping it, mixing it up.
Just out there from Sue Lee. But their energy looks amazing.
Yeah,
At 11:45 on a Saturday morning, midterms coming up.
Yep.
These Lady Eagles are in this game.
Yeah, knowing that they're going to have to turn around in a couple of hours and do it again.
Like this intensity. Service coming over now from Cameron Johnson. And still up. Hamilton outside, and Mississippi in the net. Kayla Hudgens, I believe, was in the net there. Brooke McLeod back to serve. Maybe a little miscommunication on that last play on that first hit, but able to get the point. Now it hits the red and white antenna for Mississippi on that serve receive, and so Eagles jumping out here 19-13 in this second set. Block, basically a solo block there by Jade Halverson.
And once again, we see that energy level that she brings. You know, she is willing to go up for those blocks, but also some aggressive hits, and she celebrates them and really raises the energy level, I think, across the board for the team.
Timeout here by Mississippi. We'll be back with you in just a minute. Have a 20-13 lead with the libero Brooke McLeod back to serve. Butcher, the setter, in the back row. Sue Lee, the other defensive player. McLeod, excellent recognition on just that tip over. Hamilton, great swing, unable to be returned effectively. And the Eagles take an 8-point lead, 21-13.
Good pass by the libero there.
Sue Lee putting it up for Butcher, and just a little bit of maybe a low set, and the ball kind of batted around in the middle.
Unconventional,
Outside.
I think, is what we can call that.
And no touch signaled by the line judges, and so another point for the Lady Eagles as that one sails long. McLeod serves beyond the back line. And Maggie Griggs goes back to serve for Mississippi. Harley Kelly coming into the front row for Mississippi. McLeod with the pass to Butcher in the middle. Halverson with the big swing, not quite done yet. Back set. Gamble having to set that one up, and Tori Hamilton bringing the power.
Those are 3 really good hits that we saw throughout that play.
The Lady Eagles getting into the rhythm here in this second set.
And I think what you just said there is a lot of what we saw in the first set. They were just out of rhythm.
Well, they seem to be feeling it now. Energy is high, both on the court and on the bench. Kenzie Folker serving with 2 points needed in this second set, and calling Mississippi in the net here. Point to the Lady Eagles. Kayla Hudgens again signaled for that net violation, and Kenzie Folker serving for the match. Or I'm sorry, for the second set. And ahead of myself. Oh, miscommunication there. Hamilton able to wildly get it, and with the block. Point to the Lady Eagles as Hudgens in the net one more time. Lady Eagles have wrapped up this second set. I think we're going to go to
The official has
third
called the set. Players seem to be questioning it a bit.
Okay. Again, when the ball lands and the point goes the opposite way, it might be a little confusing. But that is the end of the second set, and we will join you again here with the score tied 1-1 for the third set in just a few minutes. The Lady Eagles got into a rhythm in that second set and pulled away at the end, winning 25-14. Tying up the match at 1 set apiece. Tori Hamilton now back for the Lady Eagles to start this second set. Certainly we mentioned the rhythm they got into. The energy that they brought in that second set was amazing. McLeod just unable to get that one after it potentially came off the block a little bit. After the second set, both Butcher and Folker leading the team in assists. Butcher with 10, Folker with 9. And as that serve goes into the net, we will see Jade Halverson go back to serve for the Lady Eagles. I think when you see your setters with a lot of assists, you know the team is in rotation, in system quite often.
What's supposed to be happening is happening when you have your setters with a lot of assists. When you see too many other players getting those assists, that's an indication that maybe there was some scrambling happening. So it's a good indication of the Eagles' defense that those setters were able to execute.
Oh, certainly. Right? Yeah, a little bit of potentially a turned ankle, but Jasmine Kelly looks okay after that powerful swing. Yeah, you definitely see the setters with the assist numbers, but that does go back to the defense players giving them good passes. McGirt outside and swings just a little long there for Mississippi, now leading 3-2. Allie receiving some coaching from the bench area before this next point. Set into the middle, Hunter off a Mississippi player and out of bounds. Looks like that one went off Hannah Duran for Mississippi.
You know, one thing we saw there at toward the end of the second set, when I mentioned that the Eagles were really using all of their hitting options, that really goes back to the defense. You know, the best pass up to the setter is one that the setter has all of her hitting options open. And we saw that happening, and we saw the setter actually using all of those. And I think that's what led to that streak of success they had there at the end.
Right. Unable to get quite as an effective block if you're not sure which of the options is going to be used. Setter out there as Butcher's had to do some receiving in this match. Up at the net and unable to score there was Gamble. Instead, number 15, Jadalyn Trice. This might be her first action this morning.
You know, one thing we saw in that last play was some good defense by Hunter after she came off of that hit and was able to play off of the block. And that is something that I think that we've really seen the Eagles improve on throughout this season, especially just that defensive awareness of even the front row, not just the back row as well.
Right. It really, as you mentioned, is a team effort to be able to score points here at the college level. Sue Lee back to serve. She's made some good serves this afternoon. Another one there. Off the block. Hamilton with the dig. Back set for Gamble, and Hunter goes on, Hamilton goes on too.
And once again, Garrett, on that play, we saw Gamble do the same thing that I had just mentioned with Hunter. You know, she came off of that hit and was able to defend there on front row.
Once
and that
you hit, you're not done.
Yeah. And that's something that the Eagles, like I said, have really improved on throughout the season.
Ace from Sue Lee tagging the back line. Almost a little knuckle on her serves, and that one dipped just at the end to catch that back line. Short that time. One thing I've really been impressed with is the Eagles' service variety, able to keep Mississippi off balance and unable to get off good first offense. Butcher setting it outside, and a little low, I think, for Hamilton. Unable to get it over the net. Maggie Griggs back to serve now for Mississippi. Sue Lee with the serve receive. McLeod with the hit to the back row, and Mississippi unable to play it.
The Eagles benefited there from some miscommunication on the part of the Owls on that play, but obviously initiated by that hit from back row from McLeod.
Right, certainly if the ball's not down on your side, you've got the chance to still earn the point. Unfortunately, we see that service into the net from McLeod. Madison Suggs back to serve for the Owls. Ooh, dipped. McLeod able to get it up and then swings. Some miscommunication there, Hamilton. And enough miscommunication that Coach Oman wants to talk it over. Our first time out of the set by the Lady Eagles. All right, so after that timeout, all of the Lady Eagles communication issues are gone, and we will see how they respond.
Yeah, that is how timeouts work.
Good first pass, good set. Oh, but an excellent block by Hannah Duran of Mississippi. Jade unable to get that tip over the block there. Pass by Sue Lee, back set, and off the block and out. Gamble with the swing from her typical weak side position. Kenzie Folker now in to serve as Butcher leaves as well. And that puts Allie McGirt back into the front row for the Lady Eagles. And down for a point for the Lady Eagles. That ball rolled in the plane of the net before McGirt touched it. Folker just short over the net, keeping Mississippi out of system. That ball tight. Kept in play by Folker. Off the block. Hamilton able to get the fingers up. Good push by Folker. Unable to retrieve it. There were the Mississippi Owls. And the Lady Eagles find themselves in the lead now, 10-8. Folker after that high, short last serve with the firmer, deep serve. Sue Lee ends up swinging from the back row. And that ball by the setter, Mississippi setter, unable to get over the net. Folker with another deep serve into the middle for Mississippi, and some potential miscommunication there from Hamilton and McLeod. That ball come off the block. Any ball off the block just kind of breeds that potential miscommunication.
Yeah.
Falling in an area where you're not completely expecting it. Up high for Hamilton and into the net. Mississippi bringing it back to an 11-10 deficit. McGirt over on her swing. McLeod running up is able to get that dig. Hamilton with the touch over. McGirt goes on 2. Off the block, still in play. Hamilton. And that one goes long from Mississippi. Coach Oman encouraging her team for the energy and effort there. Really great. I mean, I think everyone contributed on that play.
Yeah.
Hamilton serves it over and in. Quick, low set from Mississippi. Catches the Eagles a little slow on the block. Jasmine Kelly with the kill. And Sydney Harrell goes back to serve for the Mississippi Owls. Volker with the back set to Hamilton. Just another option there for the setter. Volker, the setter, with the first hit there. And McGirt, I think, went on the second there trying to set it. And Halverson just wasn't in position to be able to do much with it. Hunter swinging hard. Mississippi, though, able to retrieve it and start their offense off the block and out for Mississippi Point. Now taking the lead 13-12. Pass pushes Volker a little out of the middle, and Halverson unable to get that swing in. Hamilton passes it and ruled no touch off of the net there. It kind of a spring off the net there, and so ruled no touch. Mississippi scoring the last few points here leads to Coach Oman calling another timeout here in set number 3. 15-12 advantage Mississippi. We'll be back with you in just a minute. And so we have Sydney Harrell back to serve for Mississippi, just catching the top of the tape there and over. Halverson actually swinging on that one outside to Sarah White, who's blocked by the Lady Eagles. Hunter with the swing off Mississippi and out.
Good placement by Hunter as well on that one. You know, we're used to seeing her going cross court, and she was a little bit more headed toward line on that one.
One thing I've seen from Coach Oman this match today is really just imploring the girls to swing.
Yeah.
It seems like they have some openings and are maybe just a bit hesitant up there at the net.
And, you know, we saw what they could do at the end of that second set when they were really swinging.
Ooh, dug by Hamilton. Unable to be dug there by the Lady Eagles. Right, in that second set, we did see swing after swing after swing, really
and aggressive swings
in rhythm.
as well.
Right. Up at the net, and we are going to call a back row attack. Kenzie Folger asking if it was completely on her side of the net. The officials ruling not the case. Hunter with an overpass, unable to be really effectively killed by Mississippi, and the ball still in play there. Hunter with the swing, and the block caused it to deflect down just in front of Mississippi's back line there. A bit of a scramble there by the Lady Eagles, but that energy up, even if they're not quite swinging as effectively in the second set, I think the energy at least is still available for them to access.
Good
dug
dig.
by McLeod. Swing by Hunter, effectively dug. In the middle for Doro, and she's able to get the kill. Great pass there by Butcher. It was kind of back for her to set, but she was able to get it in a position there for Doro to clean it up.
And then for Doro to be able to use that ball as effectively as she did when it was coming behind her speaks a lot to Doro's athleticism and then also just acuity of paying attention there.
And as we sing Doro's praises, she finds the tape with her arms, leading to a point for Mississippi. Lots of intense looks on the Lady Eagles' faces here, not wanting to settle for letting Mississippi pull away in this third set. Dug there by Hamilton. Butcher just with a closed fist gets it over. Off McLeod. Oh, unable to be hit up there again by Hunter. Not sure if McLeod got her elbow there a little bit, was shaking it some. Appears to be okay. Cameron Johnson serving for Mississippi. Good hard serve. McLeod unable to get a good pass on it. McLeod all over the court, as a good libero should be, trying to lead this defense here of the Eagles to put them in good offensive positions. Gamble, we'll say it again, not on her normal weak side with the kill. But that, I mean, that's where you want the points, are on your first offense.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of your best attempts to be able to get it before the other team has a chance. Suley with another good serve. Broken record on a couple things this morning. Easy up there from Hamilton. And maybe a miscommunication there.
I think it was intentional.
Okay.
A bit of a play there.
Looks like Doro was going for the swing hit and Butcher wasn't quite prepared. And no touch there. Gamble unable to get that one over. Again, a couple really good swings, but Mississippi maybe just more prepared in this third set, or having seen it some in the second set, able to make better plays on it defensively. 21-16 lead for Mississippi. Up for Hamilton, who puts it down the line and in. And that ball by Harley Kelly does not make it over the net. 21-17 lead for Mississippi as McLeod goes back to serve. Halverson entering the game in the front row. She, Hamilton, and Gamble will make up the attack for the Eagles. That ball off McLeod's shoulder and out off of a heavy hit by, I believe that was Jadalyn Trice there in the front row for Mississippi. McLeod with the pass in the middle for Butcher. Halverson swings off the block. Mississippi still playing. And unable to retrieve that one. Mississippi closes to just 2 points from winning this third set. Sue Lee handles the serve effectively. Gamble with the lefty attack. Easy now over from Mississippi. Gamble, not normally the setter, has to set that one and does an okay job with it. Lady Eagles still playing up near the center, and just a bit of timing off there between Butcher and Halverson. As Mississippi moves to set point. Passed up, still up. And that one over and in from Mississippi, and they win this set 25-17. We move into a fourth set with now Mississippi leading 2-1. We'll be back with you for the fourth set here in just a couple minutes.
You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but now on my third year, learning is so much fun.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Teaching is communicating facts, but the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
We have great faculty, and they honestly inspire me.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. You can have a really good teacher-student relationship. And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
Faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. Everything that I see here is Christ-centered.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives and make them more like Christ.
They want students to make an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
And we are headed to the fourth set here between the Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles and the Mississippi University Owls. The Owls taking that third set by a score of 25-17. They also won the first set 25-22, sandwiched around a 25-14 victory for the Lady Eagles in the second set. We saw their energy, the energy of the Lady Eagles wane just a little bit towards the end of that fourth set. What would you like to see here as you come out for the Lady Eagles?
Obviously, I would like to see them get back that energy, and that energy is directly related to how they're doing. Doing well creates that energy, but then that energy also creates continued success for them. So to be able to plug into that, this is obviously not the ideal first play that they would have wanted to start it out on, but I'd like to see them to come out early in this set and come out strong and aggressive.
Right, an in-system attack there, but unfortunately unable to score the point. Mississippi now passing it over. McLeod to the setter Folker, outside to Hunter, who off the block. It's back up in play again and touched by Mississippi and out.
And that
Point for the Lady Eagles.
That was some good defense on front row there from Halverson to be able to get that ball back up for Hunter to kill that. So good teamwork there on the front row.
And Halverson is back to serve now.
A good serve, aggressive serve.
Really serving well today from Halverson. And I think the serving has been a real key for the Lady Eagles this afternoon, not letting Mississippi get off a good first offense much of the day. Another good one there.
And we see that happening right there. The Owls forced to free ball that one over because of the serve.
A bit of a hit, but out of bounds from Mississippi there. The Eagles' good defense has led to good offense, which has kept Mississippi out of system for much of their offense this afternoon. That one touched over by Hannah Duran of the Owls. Sending Sydney Harrell back to serve. Hunter in the middle. Outside for Mississippi. And a good swing by, I believe, Maggie Griggs on their strong side. Good pass up for Folker. Outside for Doro. She moves to the middle. Setter Folker taking the first hit there, and up to McLeod to set the offense. She does effectively, and Doro with a good hit out of the middle. A good block there. Folker taking the first hit again, though. And who's that on the far
Allie
side?
McGirt.
Allie McGirt with the kill for the Lady Eagles. Butcher coming into the game to serve. Gamble joining the front row attack of Doro and Hunter. Main defensive players in the back there, Hamilton and McLeod. And just catching the line was that swing from Mississippi. Tying the game at 4 points apiece in the fourth set. McLeod with a great pass to Butcher. In system, Hunter with a good swing. Mississippi able to defend. Butcher the setter with the first hit. Hamilton goes to retrieve, and Gamble nicely passes it deep on that third hit. Good defense there from the Eagles, leading to good offense and the points.
And Doro is playing a key role throughout that play from the middle there, making sure that ball stayed alive for her team.
Hamilton with a good pass there to set up Butcher for the assist, now moves to the front row. And Mississippi unable to do anything with their first offense there. Sue Lee with the serve into the net that time. Leading to the Mississippi point, Cameron Johnson, who is leading the Owls in assists so far today as well with 13. Serves this one up. Hamilton just cuts it wide, trying to go down the line and avoid the block. Leads to a point for Mississippi. Doro puts it up high. Gamble leads to a point. Great scramble there from the Lady Eagles. Good hustle to keep that ball in over by the bleachers. McLeod with the serve. A set into the middle for Mississippi.
Good defense by McLeod there.
Got a pass in a good position for the setter. That one pushed deep and out. Lady Eagles with the point. McLeod, another service in play. And that one from Duran over from Mississippi. In the middle for Trice and out. No touch ruled, and it's another Lady Eagles point. 9-6 lead now as McLeod continues serving. McLeod and Lee, the primary defenders for the Lady Eagles. That one defended but unable. Butcher spinning around. Maybe lost track a bit and was unable to get that into play. Great hustle there by the Lady Eagles, unable to convert that, but you like the energy here at the start of the fourth set. You know, I feel like we're harping on it a lot, but it is just so key for this Lady Eagles team to be energized.
Yep.
Ooh, back set. Good swing there from Gamble, leading to an easy pass over from Mississippi. Halverson swinging, leads to a point. Again, this aggressive, attacking nature of the Lady Eagles turning into points.
Another key theme that we seem to talk about a lot on this broadcast is how much of a game of momentum volleyball is, but this energy is directly tied to those momentum swings, because we have seen when the Eagles have their energy up, they've been able to get the momentum on their side, and then also the opposite as well.
Sue Lee moving really well there on the back line. Still up. Hamilton gets it over. And that one in the middle. McGirt. Halverson off the block. Still up. McLeod ends up setting there and off of Halverson and out of bounds. 10-8 lead now for the Eagles as Mississippi goes back to serve. It's the libero Madison Suggs. Into the nets, point for the Lady Eagles. Hunter now returns for Sue Lee, and she'll join the attack in the front row. As Hamilton, I believe, the only all-around player
right now
that we've seen in this match at least, joins McLeod on defense. That ball off the block. Looks like Hunter just missed that one as she attempted to defend at the net. Hannah Duran back to serve for Mississippi. She's been effective as a hitter as well, but that serve eludes McLeod a bit there. And the Owls pull within one. Another just odd attempt there from McLeod. That one effective right in the middle to Folker. Off the block goes Hunter's swing and out for a Lady Eagles point. After Mississippi had tied it up, they now lead, the Lady Eagles now lead 12-11. Halverson looking to continue her good serving, does so with an over and in. Doro goes up to get that ball in the middle and deposits it on the Mississippi side of the floor. Halverson swings nice and deep. A pass over now from Mississippi. Off the block, Halverson with a good up on defense for now. Mississippi able to scramble, but they're being put in scramble positions by this good Eagles offense. Hunter just misses on the swing there into the net. Sydney Hurrell back to serve for Mississippi. Hamilton received effectively, and it leads to a point for the Lady Eagles.
And we see that characteristic swing out of middle there. Nice strong hit.
Sends Butcher back to serve. Gamble and Hunter in the front row switching after the serve. And put up there by Gamble, and Hunter a bit out of rhythm there. Looks like she knows what she needs to do.
And we say that because Hunter's coming off of that missed swing there, audibly telling herself what she needed to have done on that play to correct it.
Overpass there from the Lady Eagles. We've seen a few of those this afternoon. You'd love to cut down on some of those miscues to get your first offense going. Up for Gamble, off the block, and manages to score. Hunter exiting for defensive specialist Sue Lee. Is the lefty serve giving Mississippi trouble at all, or is that not something a defense would really worry about?
I don't know that that's something that is a major distraction on the serve. You have a lot of time to anticipate it, whereas on a lefty hitter, it's happening a little bit more quickly.
Right. Sue Lee been very effective serving so far in this first match of the day. That one curling and played by Mississippi and blocked by the Lady Eagles. Two blockers up there at the net. Not sure if Gamble or Doro got it.
I think it was a combined effort on that one.
Good anticipation there by the Lady Eagles to get that double block up. And Sue Lee just getting a short one over. And it leads to just a pass over by Mississippi. Up in the middle for Butcher. She assists Doro there in the middle.
And once again, we just see Doro's athleticism combined with her height being able to equip her to get up and get that and make a play on it.
After the short serve from Lee last time, she fires that one over, and it leads to a chance for the Eagles to get their offense off. Oh! Butcher, the setter, unable to get that pass up. But the Lady Eagles lead by 3, 18-15, as Cameron Johnson goes back to serve. And into the net for a now 4-point lead. As we don't see the energy waning yet from the Lady Eagles in this fourth set. With the lead, they seem to have that intensity still. Sue Lee with the dig. Cross-court attempt from Mississippi. Sniffed out by Hamilton. And a swing by Gamble leads to a point. 20-15 lead now the Lady Eagles have taken. As Mississippi needs a timeout. Coach Haley Hensley calling that to try to get her team back in this fourth set. We'll be back with you in just a minute as the Lady Eagles lead 20-15. Eagles and Owls coming out of this timeout. McLeod back to serve with a 20-15 lead in the fourth set. Mississippi leading 2-1. McLeod over and in. And a good swing, and it goes off, I believe, the referee stand, which is out of play. Off of, I believe, Gamble's block, and so point for Mississippi. Maggie Griggs serving now for Mississippi University Owls. Ooh, top spinner clipping the top of the net. Effectively handled though, and Halverson just swings wide, asking for a touch. Oh, Coach Oman asking for the touch enthusiastically as well. The referee's not awarding it, and point to Mississippi. An overpass by Hamilton. The Butcher touches it over, ruled that she was below the plane of the net. Halverson in the middle off the block. Off the block there from Halverson's fingertips. And Mississippi, out of the timeout, scored 3 points in a row. 20-18 lead now for the Lady Eagles. Griggs serving it short. Hamilton there, but overpasses and called in the net. Interesting. Coach Oman, not realizing they had been awarded the point off of a net violation, was going to call timeout. The down ref indicating her team had won the point.
Yeah, yeah.
Asked if she still wanted the timeout. No, and we send Kenzie Folker back to serve. Halverson goes on two and scores. It looked like was Butcher trying to come get.
I'm not sure. There's a little miscommunication there, but it definitely worked out well.
I don't think Butcher was supposed to be in the game there with Folker at the same time either, so a perhaps fortunate point there for the Eagles, and they score again, 23-18. The ball falling right now for the Lady Eagles, and Mississippi takes another timeout. 23-18, Eagles closing in on this fourth set. We'll see it back here in just a minute. With just 2 more points, the Lady Eagles can force a 5th set. Kenzie Folker is back to serve coming out of the Mississippi timeout. She puts it to the back row, and Mississippi initiates their offense. Halverson ends up setting. McGirt on the weak side. That ball kind of in the middle. Hamilton with the swing, effectively defended by Mississippi, and down on the Lady Eagles side, 23-19. Mississippi University libero Madison Suggs back to serve. They whistled it down. Suley just able to get anything under that ball.
You know, Garrett, this is one of those situations where obviously it's important to the Eagles that they win this set, but the way that they win this set is, I think, equally as important, because whatever energy level, whatever momentum you come out of this set with, that's what you're going to be entering that 5th and final set. So I'd like to see the Eagles really push, especially on this last play that they have left, to try to end with a statement so that they can carry that success into their last set.
Right, Mississippi had come out of that timeout scoring a few points in a row, but McGirt with a good swing off the block there on the first offense for the Eagles, and now a block. As we've reached set point for the Lady Eagles. And ruled in bounds off of the block. Hunter just unable to get that final point for the Lady Eagles. And Mississippi sends Hannah Duran back to serve. Kenzie Folker back set to Halverson, and she's able to finish it off.
And as she comes off of that hit, that's exactly the energy you want to see
the
them.
Intensity.
Yep.
Right, a 25-21 fourth set victory for the Lady Eagles. And we will head to a fifth set here in our first match of the afternoon. We will bring you back and let you know who won the, maybe not who won the coin toss, but at least who's serving first in our fifth and final set to 15.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools and Abeka Academy homeschoolers, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer and over 20 courses, choose to lighten your college load. And, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule, a perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
All right, welcome into the fifth set here between Mississippi University Owls and the home team, Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. Pensacola won that fourth set by a final score of 25-21. And we will just play to 15 here in the fifth and final set of our first match this afternoon. Now, all of the Lady Eagles hitters have gotten out of the negatives in their attack percentage. Allie McGirt was below 0 for a little bit there, but she has, and Halverson have both climbed back above 0 with some good play there in that fourth set. Looking to carry that momentum, as you mentioned, Carrie, from ending that last set with a good swing. The Eagles taking the first serve and scoring the first point. Do these fifth sets come at you pretty fast?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I was just thinking about that. Every point in these fifth sets is so significant. You don't have any chance to be able to adjust, really. And I think that's why it's so important to come into the set with the right mentality coming off of the fourth set.
Good swing there by Alan McGirt on a bit of an out-of-system play. Kept up by McLeod, but hits it back instead of forward unintentionally. And quickly tied at 1 apiece. Right, if a team is able to go on a sustained run, it's just more difficult to come back from, needing only 15 points in this final set. Sidney Lee puts it up close to the net. Folker able to get it, and McLeod unable to on the third hit to get her over. You'd like to have a little better start to your offense there, and we'll see if the Lady Eagles can accomplish that on this serve. Miscommunication there. McGirt over and in, good swing. She's come into her own the last few points, and Volker ends up catching the ball there after it comes off a couple of hands. Here's Mississippi jumping out a little bit of a 3-1 lead. Sydney Harrell serving for them. McGirt with a good run up and swing there. I was asking you about the game, about some of the Lady Eagles approaches, and that looked pretty textbook from McGirt for that swing. Of course, those approaches are a lot easier when you're in system, when your timing is on between each of the different players. Volker having to take that first one. Hunter then with a good swing and in. Eagles responding to that mini run by Mississippi, tying the game back up at 3 apiece. Hamilton back to serve. In play, looks in system from Mississippi. Overpass though by Hamilton on the dig. Some of these sets from Mississippi just look a little too low for their outside hitters, and it's leading to maybe easier defense for the Eagles. That serve goes into the net, not a chance there for the Eagles to play defense, and still earning the point.
This has been kind of a chaotic start to the 5th set, so I'd really like to see the Eagles settle this down, settle into a rhythm.
Unforced error there on Halverson, who had been serving really well in this first match.
But I think when they settle into their rhythm, you know, that's where we see them dictating the pace, being able to initiate the plays rather than simply reacting.
Great pass from McLeod as that ball loaded up on her just a little bit. And Hunter thankfully able to get it. Hamilton, though, in the back row, not able to get off an in-system swing.
Good dig by the libero there.
Another back swing from Hamilton, that one more in rhythm. However, Mississippi, Hannah Duran with the kill. Mississippi now taking a 6-4 lead. The Lady Eagles encouraging themselves to keep the intensity up as they feel themselves right in this 5th set. McLeod up to Volker, back set to McGirt, tip. Oh, just gets over from Mississippi. The libero setting the ball. And Lady Eagles in the net. Coach Oman asking for a quick timeout. We will be back with you after this timeout. Lead for Mississippi in this 5th set to just 15 points. Lady Eagles using their first timeout there to try to slow down the Mississippi attack. Hunter with the receive. Doro with the swing and the points. 5-7 deficit now for the Lady Eagles, and Butcher comes in to serve. Lefty Gamble coming in, and she'll start on the strong side before quickly moving weak side after the serve. Just a touch over there by Mississippi. Doro needing to, though, set the ball as Butcher took the first hit. Hamilton to Butcher. In the middle, Doro scoring the point. The block of Mississippi unable to get over the net, and so the ball just kind of trickled down between the defender and the net. Butcher over and in. Nice little dying serve there, and that ball just catches the line. Mississippi retaining the lead. Now 8-6. Maggie Griggs back to serve for Mississippi. McLeod up to Butcher in the middle for Doro. Off the block. Mississippi able to set up their offense. That one did not touch a Lady Eagle player at the net and ruled a fourth contact by Mississippi.
You know, Garrett, throughout the match, we've been seeing some really good chemistry between Doro and then Butcher setting. It seems like they have really worked out some timing issues that they've had in previous games. Seeing Doro being able to execute and really use her height to its fullest potential as well.
Right, there's so much of that. As you were saying, Butcher to Doro for the game-tying point there, 8-8.
Yeah.
There is so much need for a setter and a hitter to have the timing.
And then especially with an athlete like Doro, who's just an all-around athlete. She has the athleticism, she has the height, but to have those opportunities to be able to execute consistently make a big difference in a match.
Right, we saw a ball off of the block there, and so McLeod did have to go after it even though it was up by her shoulder. Unfortunately unable to get that one into play. Up for Hamilton, though blocked. Back to Hamilton again and unable to get it over the net as Mississippi retakes a 2-point lead. Some coaching here for Hamilton. Doro with the first touch. Butcher a little bit deep for Doro there, but Mississippi still in it. In the middle for Doro, and Doro scores again. Maybe a little off speed there instead, but able to score the point for the Lady Eagles. McLeod back to serve. And we had a little
couple of shoe tyings.
Important safety issue. McLeod with the serve now. In the middle. Ruled in the plane of the net, and so that Gamble up high, I believe, scoring the point on that overpass. Overpasses at the college level cannot go unpunished. You've got to make sure you score when the other team makes an error. And now the Lady Eagles take an 11-10 lead in this fifth and final set. It's come at us quickly here, just 4 points left for the Eagles in this fifth and final set. Oh, an attempted over on two by Mississippi into the net. And the Lady Eagles bring the intensity into this timeout by Mississippi, leading 12-10. All right, McLeod with the serve up, 12-10, a good one, and it goes down for an ace. Mississippi unable to get a hand under that one, and 13-10 advantage here in the fifth set. The Lady Eagles potentially sensing it a little bit here. McLeod with the dig, up to Butcher. Outside to Hamilton, who goes down the line and just wide. (13-11) lead now for the Lady Eagles. Ooh, an overpass by, oh my, Tori Hamilton in the right place at the right time. Mississippi punished the overpass, but unfortunately Hamilton had a fist just waiting to pop it back over and unable to get the second overpass. Folker serving for the match. 14-11. Hamilton with the dig to Folker. Back row, Suli. Your defensive specialist with the hit there. McGirt off the block. Folker pushes it over. McLeod on defense, Hamilton. The block up. McLeod,
what a
great
dig.
defense there. To Hamilton again. Folker, middle to Halverson. Put up high though by Mississippi. Long rally here and they do end up with the point, Mississippi. I'm tired watching Hamilton play all the way around. All these other players are getting at least a little bit of a break. McLeod maybe not as much as the libero. But just needing one more point here, the Lady Eagles await the serve. Hamilton to Halverson with a beautiful looking set. McGirt down the line. And there's the final point, Lady Eagles. McGirt with the winning kill, 15-12 in this fifth set. A full performance by the Lady Eagles, keeping the intensity through that fourth and fifth set. We have a second match coming up still.
Yep.
A long first match. Our second match scheduled to begin at 1 o'clock. I don't have an update on exactly what time we'll plan to begin that. But Carrie, any closing thoughts on our first match from the game?
I think, we talked about momentum leading from the fourth set into the fifth, but, with a doubleheader like this is a good amount of energy to be bringing into that second match of the day.
Right, and we will be back with you here in just a little while for our second match between Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles and the Mississippi University Owls.